My girlfriend texted, "I'm keeping the baby, but I'm putting my ex's name on the birth certificate. It's easier." I replied, "Okay." Then I canceled the lease on our apartment, forwarded her text to her ex, and sent him a "Congratulations on fatherhood" gift basket. The call I got from his furious wife. Original post: I, 31 male, got the text while sitting in the waiting room at her first prenatal appointment. Let that sink in. I was literally there to support my pregnant girlfriend, and she drops this bomb via text while I'm 10 feet away. The message from Jessica, 29, read, "Been thinking. When baby comes, putting Trevor's name on birth certificate, it's easier for insurance and stuff. You understand, right? We know the truth, that's what matters." Trevor, her ex. The guy she swore she hadn't spoken to in over a year. I looked through the glass doors at her sitting in the exam room, phone in hand, not even looking up to see my reaction. 2 years together, 6 months living in our apartment, 3 months pregnant with what I thought was our future. I texted back one word: "Okay." She actually smiled at her phone and gave me a thumbs up through the glass, like I'd agreed to pick up milk on the way home. The nurse called her back for the ultrasound. I didn't follow. Instead, I walked out to my car and sat there for a good 20 minutes, just processing. Then I made some decisions. First, I called my buddy Alex, who's a family law paralegal. Hypothetically, if someone puts another man's name on a birth certificate when they know it's not his kid, is that fraud? Absolutely. Why? Just curious. Another question: if someone's name is on a birth certificate but they can prove they were deceived, can they sue? Oh, definitely. Fraud, emotional distress, financial damages. Why are you asking? I'll tell you later. Then I got to work. Our lease was month to month, both our names on it. I'd been paying the full rent since Jessica quit her job after morning sickness hit. Called the landlord, gave 30 days notice to vacate. Perfectly legal since we were both tenants and either could end the agreement. Next, I did some social media detective work. Found Trevor pretty easily. Married 2 years ago to a woman named Monica. Their profile's full of happy couple photos, vacation pics. His latest post from yesterday: "Can't wait to start a family with my amazing wife." Oh buddy, you have no idea what's coming. I screenshot Jessica's text, created a new email account, and sent it to Trevor with the subject line: "Congratulations, you're going to be a dad." The email was simple: "Your ex Jessica wanted me to let you know she's pregnant and planning to put your name on the birth certificate. She says it's easier that way. Thought you should know since you'll be legally and financially responsible. Congrats." Then, because I'm petty and hurt, I went on one of those gift basket websites. Sent a "Congratulations new dad" bad basket to Trevor's work address, found it on LinkedIn. The card read, "From Jessica and the baby, can't wait for you to be involved." By the time Jessica got home from her appointment, I'd already started packing my stuff. "Hey babe, sorry you had to leave. Everything okay?" She asked, not even slightly concerned. "Yeah, all good, just remembered I had a work thing." She bought it. Spent the evening talking about baby names, nursery colors. I nodded along while mentally cataloging what was mine to pack. That night, she got a text. Then another. Then her phone started ringing. "What the hell?" she muttered, then her face went white. Oh my God. Update 1. The fallout was immediate and spectacular. Jessica's phone exploded. She kept declining calls, but they kept coming. Finally, she answered one on speaker, not realizing I could hear from the bedroom where I was sleeping. It was Trevor, and he was pissed. "What the hell, Jessica? What baby? What birth certificate? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't lie to me. Someone sent me your text about putting my name on a birth certificate. Monica is losing her mind. She thinks I cheated. Someone sent you. Oh my God, it's not what it looks like." "Then what is it? Are you pregnant?" "Yes, but..." "Is it mine?" Long pause. "No." "Then why the hell would you put my name on the birth certificate?" "It's complicated. You have better insurance through your job and..." "Are you insane? That's fraud, and I'm married." "I know you're married. That's why it would work. You wouldn't want custody, so..." He hung up. Jessica came storming into the bedroom. "Did you send that text to Trevor?" I sat up, played dumb. "What text?" "Don't play stupid. Someone sent him our private conversation. Our private conversation about you committing fraud." She actually had the audacity to look offended. "It's not fraud, it's just paperwork." "It's literally fraud, Jess. You want to lie on an official document. For the baby's benefit, Trevor has amazing insurance through his tech job. You're freelance, your insurance sucks. So you decided unilaterally to commit fraud and make another man financially responsible for my kid? It's not like that. He wouldn't have to actually do anything, except be legally and financially responsible for 18 years. You're overreacting. Am I? Did you even consider that he's married? That this could destroy his marriage? She rolled her eyes. That's not my problem. And there it was, the mask completely off. The next morning, while Jessica was in the shower, her phone rang. The caller ID said Monica. I let it go to voicemail, but Jessica played it later, not knowing I was listening from the hallway. You pathetic, home-wrecking piece of trash. Trevor told me everything. If you put his name on any document, I will sue you into oblivion. I'm a lawyer, sweetie, and what you're planning is fraud. Stay away from my husband, or I'll destroy you. Jessica actually laughed. She's so dramatic. That afternoon, I got a call from an unknown number. It was Monica. Are you Jessica's boyfriend? For now. You sent that email to Trevor? I can neither confirm nor deny. Thank you. He was about to unknowingly become legally responsible for a child that isn't his. You saved us from a nightmare. He should probably talk to a lawyer, document everything. Already on it, can I ask, is the baby yours? Supposedly. Supposedly. Well, she wanted to put another man's name on the birth certificate because it's easier. Makes me wonder what else she considers easier. Monica was quiet for a moment. Get a paternity test. Already planning on it. That evening, Jessica announced she was going to stay with her mom until things calmed down. Things would be calm if you hadn't tried to commit fraud, I pointed out. You betrayed my trust. You went behind my back. I forwarded a text about you going behind my back. The baby you're carrying that I thought was mine, you wanted to legally declare as another man's. It is yours. I just thought. You thought you could use Trevor's insurance and money while I played daddy. That's what you thought. She started crying. You don't understand the pressure I'm under. Being pregnant is hard. I'm just trying to do what's best. What's best is not committing fraud. She packed a bag and left. 20 minutes later, I got a text from her mom, Diane. How dare you stress out my pregnant daughter? She's fragile right now. I responded, your daughter tried to commit paternity fraud. That's a felony in this state. She was just confused. Pregnancy hormones. Hormones made her plan fraud? You're heartless. I didn't respond. The next day, I took the day off work and moved all my stuff out. Left all the furniture, it was mostly hers anyway, but took everything I'd bought. TV, gaming console, coffee maker, the good pans. Petty? Maybe. Satisfying? Absolutely. Left a note. Lease ends in 30 days. Your mom can probably help with rent. Good luck with Trevor's insurance. Update 2. Jessica lost her mind when she came back to a half-empty apartment and an eviction notice. The text started immediately. Where are you? Where's your stuff? The landlord says you ended the lease? You can't do this, I'm pregnant? Answer me? This is illegal. I'm calling the cops. She actually did call the cops. They called me. I explained I'd ended a month-to-month lease that I was on and removed my own belongings. They told her it was a civil matter. Then came the family brigade. Her sister Lauren called first. You need to man up and take care of your responsibilities. My responsibility? She wanted to put another man's name on the birth certificate. She explained that it was for insurance purposes. That's called fraud, Lauren. It's illegal. You're abandoning your child. I'm not abandoning anyone. I'll take a paternity test when the baby's born. If it's mine, I'll be there. But I'm not staying with someone who thinks fraud is a casual solution to insurance issues. Her dad, Robert, tried next. Different approach. Son, I know Jessica made a mistake, but... A mistake? She planned to lie on an official document and make another man legally responsible for a child. She wasn't thinking clearly. She was thinking clearly enough to text me about it while I was in the waiting room of her prenatal appointment. That's pretty calculated. Can't you forgive her? For the baby? I can co-parent if the baby's mine, but I can't trust her. She showed me who she is. Meanwhile, the Trevor situation was escalating. Monica had gone full scorched earth. She'd hired a lawyer to send Jessica a cease and desist letter, warning her that any attempt to put Trevor's name on any documents would result in immediate legal action. Jessica, in her infinite wisdom, decided to try and smooth things over by messaging Trevor directly. I know because Monica forwarded me the screenshots. We'd been in contact, comparing notes. Jessica: "Hey, I'm sorry about the misunderstanding. Can we talk?" "No, don't contact me again. It's not what you think. I just needed help with insurance." Trevor: "That's fraud. My lawyer says any further contact will be considered harassment." "Your wife made you get a lawyer? Controlling much?" "My wife saved me from being baby-trapped by my crazy ex. I'm blocking you." Jessica then tried to play victim on social media. Posted about how some people can't handle a woman trying to provide for her baby, and the betrayal when you thought someone loved you. The comments were not what she expected. One mutual friend: "Didn't you try to put your ex's name on the birth certificate?" Another: "That's literally fraud, hun." Her cousin: "Girl, delete this. You're embarrassing yourself." She deleted the post within an hour. Then came the real kicker. Jessica's mom called me crying. "Please come back. Jessica's having complications from the stress." "What kind of complications?" "High blood pressure. The doctor says she needs to avoid stress. Then she should probably stop trying to commit fraud and manipulate people." "How can you be so cold? That's your baby." "Is it?" Because she was pretty eager to legally declare it as Trevor's. "She made a mistake." "No, Diane. A mistake is forgetting to buy milk. This was a calculated plan to defraud someone and commit a felony." The guilt trips continued for days. Pictures of Jessica looking sad. Messages about how the baby needs a father. Sob stories about struggling pregnant women. But here's the thing. I'd already consulted a lawyer. If the baby was mine, I'd fight for custody. Given Jessica's attempted fraud, documented by her own texts, I had a good case. Final update. It's been 3 months since everything went down. The baby was born 2 weeks ago. A little girl named Sophia. I was there for the birth. Not in the room. Jessica didn't want me there, but in the hospital. I'd made it clear through my lawyer that I wanted a paternity test immediately. Jessica fought it at first, claimed it was insulting, and proved I never trusted her. But when the hospital staff explained I had the legal right to request it before signing anything, she caved. The results came back in 48 hours. Sophia is mine. The relief was overwhelming, followed immediately by rage that Jessica had been willing to deny me my daughter for better insurance coverage. But here's where Jessica's entitlement really shined. With the paternity confirmed, she expected me to immediately move back in and be a family. "See, I told you she was yours. Now we can put this behind us." "No, Jessica, we're not together. I'll be filing for joint custody." Her face went from hopeful to furious. "You can't take my baby." "Our baby. And I'm not taking her. I'm asking for joint custody. That's fair. Fair? You abandoned me while I was pregnant. You tried to commit paternity fraud. I have it in writing." She tried every manipulation in the book. Sophia needs her parents together. Should have thought of that before the fraud. I'm breastfeeding. She can't be away from me. Pumping exists. You don't know anything about babies. YouTube and parenting classes exist. I'll make sure you never see her. Good luck with that in court. My lawyer filed for joint custody immediately. Jessica countered asking for full custody with supervised visitation for me, claiming I was unstable and had abandoned her during pregnancy. The court hearing was last week. Jessica showed up playing the victim. Soft voice, tears ready, the whole performance. Her lawyer argued I was an unfit father who'd abandoned a pregnant woman. Then my lawyer presented the evidence. The original text about putting Trevor's name on the birth certificate. Text exchanges where Jessica admitted it was for insurance fraud. Monica's statement about Jessica trying to make her husband legally responsible for another man's child. The cease and desist letter Jessica received. Character witnesses, including my employer and neighbors. The judge's face was priceless. He literally asked Jessica, "Ma'am, did you actually plan to put another man's name on the birth certificate?" I was confused. Pregnancy hormones. This text seems pretty clear. You said it was easier for insurance purposes. I wasn't thinking straight. "Ma'am, attempting to falsify a birth certificate is a crime." Jessica started sobbing. Real tears this time. The ruling, joint legal custody with a graduated physical custody schedule. I get Sophia every weekend now, graduating to 50-50 when she's 6 months old. Jessica has to attend counseling for a minimum of 6 months. Any attempt at parental alienation will result in revisiting the custody agreement. Jessica lost it. Started screaming in the courthouse about how I was stealing her baby, and the judge was discriminating against mothers. The judge warned her about contempt. Her mom had to physically drag her out. The aftermath has been interesting. Jessica's been telling everyone I'm a deadbeat who abandoned her and stole her baby. Problem is, most people know about the birth certificate thing now, so she's not getting much sympathy. Trevor and Monica? They're good. She's pregnant now, for real, and they sent me a congratulations card when Sophia was born. Weird? Maybe. But I think we bonded over dodging Jessica's bullet. Jessica's mom still calls trying to guilt trip me. Jessica's struggling. She needs help with rent. She should get a job. She has a newborn. So do I. I still work. You're heartless. No, I'm just not an ATM. Jessica tried one last manipulation last week. Texted me a long message about how she's reflected and grown and realizes she made a mistake. Maybe we could try again for Sophia. I responded with a screenshot of her original text about the birth certificate. She called me an asshole. I didn't respond. Look, I'm not proud of some of the petty things I did. The gift basket to Trevor's office was probably over the top, but I'm also not sorry. Jessica was willing to deny me my daughter, commit fraud, and destroy someone else's marriage for better insurance coverage. She played stupid games and won stupid prizes. Now I have my daughter 3 days a week, soon to be 50-50, a nice one-bedroom apartment closer to work, and a court order protecting my parental rights. Jessica has a 2-bedroom she can't afford, a reputation as someone who tried to commit paternity fraud, and a custody arrangement she hates but can't change. For Sophia, she's perfect. Doesn't care about the drama, just wants her bottle and snuggles. I've got a whole nursery set up. Probably went overboard with the pink everything, but whatever. My lawyer says Jessica's already inquired about modifying custody. Wants to move to another state with Sophia for a fresh start. The answer was no. She can't relocate without my consent or court approval, which she won't get given her history. The entitlement hasn't stopped though. Last night she texted asking if I could cover her electricity bill for Sophia's sake. I Venmo'd her $20 with the note for Sophia's nightlight. She called me pathetic. I sent another $5 with the note for tissues. She blocked me on Venmo. Worth it. Anyway, that's my story. Didn't expect to be a single dad at 31, but here we are. Sophia's worth all the drama. And honestly, finding out who Jessica really was before we got married or had more kids together, that gift basket to Trevor might have been the best $89.99 I ever spent.